on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. A few hundred people gathered at Bridge Square in Northfield to commemorate the Nakba anniversary. They've been doing this 15 years. Northfield is a small town south of the Twin Cities. About 20,000 people live there. It's a town that was founded by a settler in 1800s, as known for her higher education, son Olaf and Carleton. Amazing that the grandchildren of white settlers in Northfield are commemorating the Nakba that they really caused by other white European settler in 48. The Nakba Day was a beautiful, moving day, speaking, reading the number of villages that were wiped out by the Nakba, over 500 villages. I was invited to say a few words, and I had my camera, so I talked to some of the people who organized the event and some of the people who actually attend there.
On everyone, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Palestinian, Israeli, and American, to embrace justice, to seek peace, and to begin by acknowledging with integrity the Palestinian tragedy, so that we can then begin reconciliation. We will today read the names of these 400 and some villages in Arabic, and ask that you come forward one at a time, take a flag from this box, and place it on one of the dots representing the villages.
عكا عرب السمينة البصة البروة الدمون دير القاسي الغابسية أكرة خربة عربين جرة جديد الكابري كفر عنان كويكات المنشية.
Each of these villages
المنصورة
was the home for families, for children, for markets, for people growing up and people growing old, people having neighbors, having gardens. I'd like us to just stand for a moment in silence and think about the enormity of what we've just read.
Reading the villages, at one point, they give you a list of names, but then afterwards you kind of look at it and, it's like was said, this was a home for someone. This was the area where somebody grew up, somebody had memories, somebody where they probably still hold the keys to their house.
And this is the 11th year we've done this commemoration event. I find it moving every year to read this many names and to think about life and activities and families in each of those villages that was depopulated, destroyed, and to think about their descendants who are still refugees living in various places around the world, some in Palestine, some in Gaza, some in other countries. And it's a way of trying to begin to understand and validate the history so that we can move towards reconciliation.
Also had a wonderful opportunity to live with a Palestinian family near Bet Sahur in the West Bank. They took us all over the West Bank, Hebron. We were in probably 10 or 12 different cities in the West Bank, and we also came into the Negev and visited Bedouins out there, and so it was a profound and very well organized.
Well, we need to think about the things going on in the world and hopefully can do to change our attitude about it, because there should be a solution to this issue, even though, it's just horrific. And I can't talk about it very long because I get choked up.
I think we made it during our art build last week.
Really?
Yeah, we just all I don't know, our SJP on our campus. We've just been.
Would they let you do it? Would they kick you out?
Well, no, we've been doing it constantly. We haven't gotten kicked out yet.
Okay, working on it.
Yeah.
But I see that you use the same color of the Palestinian flag and everything. That's beautiful. People are afraid of watermelons these days.
I'm Charles Skinner. I live here in I live here now in the United States, but I was working at the University for Peace in Costa Rica, which was mandated by the United Nations.
There I found a few children just drawing and writing signs, and I talked to their mother and asked her about the importance of bringing their children to an event like
I
this.
just think it's really important to teach children about caring for humanity, and so we've been obviously paying attention to what is happening in Gaza, and we feel that this is just a major infringement on human rights, and we need to be supporting children across the world. And we're disappointed with the Biden administration for supporting this right-wing government's genocide. And I worry that if we don't teach our children to stand up for those who are, having their human rights violated by others, then they won't do so when it comes time for them to be in power. So
the great privilege of living in Jerusalem from August 2008 to August 2010, working for the Palestinian Lutheran Church. And just coincidentally, I had planned to move to Northfield right after I got back from Jerusalem. I had lived in St. Paul before that, and the first people I met as I was getting ready to move to Northfield were the people from Northfielders for Justice in Palestine, Israel. So I had a place immediately to use all my newfound knowledge and express myself and try to work with what I had learned to try to bring justice to Palestine, Israel.
The story behind this.
Oh, my sister made this for a protest when we were in another war, Iraq, under George Bush.
Said Biden was always there?
No, he wasn't, but he's there now.
There's long been a connection between the African American liberation struggle and the Palestinian liberation struggle. There are famous images of Huey P. Newton of the Black Panther Party associating with the Palestinian liberation fighters. So the connection is very much there. I mean, if you think of a place like Hebron, I've actually been to Hebron. It's like Jim Crow.
A Palestinian American father and his daughter made sure they are there, and the daughter holding a sign, and I talked to them there.
I need to be here to support Gaza and what's happening.
So whom are you talking to?
Just everybody.
Everybody.
The people in charge are not listening. I think the people in Gaza don't have a voice, and they're told their lives don't matter. So I think it's important for anyone who can speak up and be visible to do this.
It's a missing narrative about the Palestinians.
It's the inherent injustice in the life and the Palestinian lives for the last 80 years.
The Palestinian story been told in this country?
I think it's being told more now. I think it has not been told over history, and I think it is being told more, and I think we all need to do more of that.
And everybody was invited to march with Palestinian mothers for Gaza, and chanting and singing. It was a great day for justice, for the Palestinians, for the Palestinian stories, for the catastrophe that has been going on for since 48, and every Palestinian living this catastrophe every day, and at Northfield, commemorating all the villages that they were wiped out during the Nakba.
الحميدية الحمراء جبول كفرة كوكب بهوة الخنزيري مسيال الجزل المرصص قومية الساخنة السمرية سيرين